Introduction. Everyone, at one point in their life or another, have set goals they want to achieve. Unfortunately, more times than not, we seem to work endlessly toward our goals, but never quite accomplish them. Eventually, we may even begin to realize the great hurdle we're facing and give up on achieving our goals. This can lead to you feeling defeated, worthless, and like a monumental failure. Everyone who has ever achieved success in their lives has done it through persistence. Persistence is at the very core achievement. Those who have managed to find success know that even if they fail, they have to get back up and carry on. They never give up. Unfortunately, for the majority of us, staying persistent can be extremely challenging. In the face of challenges, it can be hard to remain persistent. Being able to imagine success vividly is a way to remain persistent on your path to success. And, since persistence has been shown to be at the heart of every successful person, it goes without saying that your ability to clearly envision your dreams has a lot to do with your chances of success. The importance of persistence. If you want to reach your goals, you have to harbor an unwavering resolution to see it through. Persistence is central to every goal that you have in life. Without this single, core tendency, it can be straightforward to give up when the going gets tough. Unfortunately, we live in a society where instant gratification rule. We've become used to having everything on demand, and we've forgotten how necessary it is to have the patience to reach our goals. Patience is a skill that we have to develop over time, but there is a lot that works against us when we are learning to have patience. The worst part about this happens when we experience failure. When we experience failure, we equate it to massive amounts of pain, and rather than suffer through that pain, we tend to take the easy way out and just quit. We all tend to have an intense fear when it comes with the potential for failure, that far outweighs our need to stay persistent in our quest to achieve success. How do we overcome failure? Through persistence. As long as we can remain persistent, we can push through challenges and overcome failure. Number 1. How to embrace unfailing persistence. Much of persistence is grounded on the fundamental prerequisite of focus. When you focus on something, it has your undivided attention, which allows you to approach it persistently. However, it is when we lose our focus that we can lose our ability to remain persistent in our pursuit to achieve our goals. Becoming more focused is the pathway to remaining persistent on your path to success. While nothing in our lives, related to our long-term goals, can be categorized as direct or straightforward, there are some effective methods for staying focused and remaining persistent in your journey to accomplish your goals. Number 2. Figuring out what you want. If you want to achieve a high level of focus, you have to figure out what you really want. You need to be precise and exact. For example, say you think that it might be good to move into a new house. What happens then? Do you say to yourself, "I wish I could move into a new house"? Of course not. When you want to move, you take the time to do research and figure out what kind of house you want to live in. You figure out if you're going to rent or buy. As you start to figure out the exact kind of house you want to move into, your focus automatically increases. You begin to zero in on what you really want, shaping it and refining it in your mind until you have an exact picture of your dream. At this point, you start to search online for a match to your vision and maybe even begin to talk to realtors and touring available homes in person. Similarly, with the rest of your goals, you need to determine precisely what it is that you want, right down to the very last detail. When you talk about abstract goals, like, "I want to be rich," or "I want to lose weight," you're doing yourself an incredible disservice. When your goals are abstract like these, they are less and real, and you are less likely to achieve them. After you've determined precisely what you want, write your goal down. Make sure that you are extremely precise in what you want, and be sure to include a due date for accomplishing the goal. The more detail you can add when writing down your goal, the higher your chances of achieving your goals. One study determined that you have a 42% higher chance of making your goals if they are written down. Number 3. Continuously remind yourself why you want it. If you want to remain persistent on your path to accomplishing your goals and achieving success, you always have to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to have a strong reason to motivate you to remain persistent in your pursuit. If your reason for wanting to achieve a particular goal is superficial, then you can forget about ever achieving it. Your reason for setting the goal has to run deep. One of the best ways to stay focused and persistent on your path is to have profound reasons for wanting to achieve your goals. Think about this for a minute. Think about a time in your life when you really wanted something, and you had a deep-rooted reason for wanting it. Did you do just about anything in your power to achieve it? Think about a single mother who is working 3 jobs only to provide her children with a comfortable life. Why is she working herself so hard? A single mother with no other alternatives has to do what she must to survive. While her goal might be survival, she might have a different purpose entirely. Take J.K. Rowling for instance. When she first set about writing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she was living on government assistance as a single mother. Clearly, she wasn't merely interested in survival but was interested in finding a way to thrive. She had a deep-rooted reason to do just that. As a single mother, she would sneak out of the house while her daughter was napping so that she could write her book. While it took her 7 long years to see her dream become a reality, she remained persistent. Ultimately, even in the face of rejection from all 12 major publishing houses, she achieved her goal. If you want to remain persistent in accomplishing your goals, you have to find a deep-rooted reason to drive you. It could be family, like Rowling, or maybe it's freedom or security that you're after. You want to zero in on something other than yourself if you're going to remain persistent and achieve your goals. Number 4, focusing on improving your habits. An easy way for you to lose your focus has to do with your internal, pre-programmed behavior, which is also known as your habits. When you lose your attention, it can be extremely challenging to stay persistent in your journey. The goal moves out of the spotlight and onto the back burner. It is straightforward to default to things we do on a daily basis automatically, especially when we run into roadblocks and have to face challenges. It's easy to see why so many of us don't have the persistence to see things through when our habits limit us rather than serve us. This may be why only 8% of people who set New Year's goals actually accomplish them. There are a substantial number of environmental and social factors that hold us back, as well as our own personal thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. However, when you are able to conquer your bad habits, you will find that it is easier to focus, which allows the pathway of persistence to remain open so you can accomplish your goals. If you let your habits get the better of you, it will be all downhill from there. The goal is to improve your good habits and eliminate your bad habits by building a set of keystone habits. Building keystone habits aren't easy, but it will be worth it in the end. Many of our bad habits stand in the way of those things that we want most in our lives. The habit of procrastination, for example, can cost you your goals if you allow it to get out of control. Our other bad habits can help to push us down the wrong path and leave us in situations that can be difficult to overcome. If you do nothing else, you need to focus on the keystone habits. These habits will help you form other good habits and will help to eliminate the bad habits from your life. For example, getting out and exercising for 30 minutes a day is a keystone habit that will help to bring about other good habits like taking vitamins, drinking more water, and eating a healthy, well-balanced diet. When you exercise in the morning, it can help you avoid eating unhealthy foods for the rest of the day. When you incorporate keystone habits into your daily life, it creates a domino effect in your life. Since habits comprise 45% of our everyday behavior, creating the right set of habits should be an integral part of our lives. This way we can be ready to take on the world. Number 5, hold a sincere sense of gratitude. Can you imagine what it would be like to not know where your next meal is coming from or when you'll have the money you need to pay for necessities? Can you imagine living without electricity or clean water, and just trying to keep your head above water and support your family? Most people have no idea what it would be like to live in extreme poverty, not knowing how they are going to survive from day to day. It's crucial that you learn how to be grateful for what you have, no matter how small it might be. While people may joke about having first world problems, they have no real empathy for those who are living life in extreme lack. To reach your goals, you have to hold a sincere sense of gratitude for everything that you have. Doing this will help you to remain focused and stay persistent in accomplishing what you've set out to do. When you stop being grateful and start becoming expectant toward things, that's when everything takes a turn for the worst. Spend at least 15 minutes every day, making a list of everything that you have to be grateful for. Writing down what you're grateful for every morning will allow you to remain focused and persistent by appreciating the little things that you have right now while pushing you toward the bigger things in your future. Never lose sight of your hopes and dreams, but always remember what you have in the present moment. Do whatever you have to do to ensure that you keep on the path to success. Conclusion. Staying focused and on the path to success isn't easy. You will continually run into roadblocks and faces challenges that will have you wanting to throw in the towel. Don't let this stop you from achieving what you set out to achieve. Utilizing these simple methods for remaining persistent will help you stay on the right path to success. Being persistent isn't without its challenges, but with the right temperament and dedication, you can learn how to continue to push forward toward your goals, no matter what obstacles might stand in your way.